Okay, chapter 10 was all about simplifying radicals and performing operations on radicals. Okay, so on 95, it just has a radical for us. It just wants us to simplify. So I had 3 steps for you. 1, ask yourself what? What do you want to know first? Is it a perfect square? I will have this up here for you. Is it in the list? No. What was the second question? Right. Which one of these can go into 125? 25. So that's the good. And then what's the bad of it? 5. Yep. Whatever 125 divided by 25 is, which is 5. And then the last step was simplify. Yep. What's the square root of 25?
5.
5. And then what do you do with the bad? You keep the bad. Yep. How do you know when you're done with these? When you can't simplify that radical anymore. Okay? What about 97? Okay, same steps. What's step 1? Is it a perfect square? No. Second question. What perfect square goes into it? So remember, you can think good and bad. What's a perfect square that goes into 63? 9, how many times? 7. Step 3, simplify. Square root of 9. 3, what do we do with the bad? Keep it. Are we done? Yes. Get 99. Now we're throwing in algebra with it. Okay? Start with your good and your bad. And take everything one at a time. So I have a good and I have a bad. Let's start with 18. Is 18 a perfect square? No. What goes into it? 9. Left over is 2. Okay, now we move on to the m's. Ask yourself how many of them are good. None. Why not? There's only 1. How many do you want?
2.
You want sets of 2, right? So m, there's none, so they go in the bad. What about n to the 4th? How many are good? All of them, right? So those all go here. Step 3, simplify. Square root of 9. 3, square root of n to the 4th. Yep. Think 4 divided by 2. And then what do I do with the bad? Keep it. Yep. Good. Questions on that one? Now we're getting to ones where you have to see, is it multiplying, dividing, adding, subtraction? Okay? What operation is being performed on 101? Multiplication, okay? Big rule, can I multiply a whole number and a radical together? Why not? You just can't, right? You cannot multiply a whole number and a radical together. They either both have to be a whole number or they both have to be a radical. So keep that in mind, okay? Here, remember, you want to multiply your whole numbers and then multiply your radicals separately, okay? So my new whole number, when I combine these, 4 times 5, 20. And my new radical, 6 times 10, 60. Am I just done? No. You always want to see if you can simplify. Is the square root of 60 a perfect square? No. Does anything go into it? We try it. No.
Doesn't
60 divided by 4? It is 4. Okay. So remember, keep your whole number in front. You don't want to lose that. Keep the whole number and then create your good and your bad. So we said 4 was the good. 15 was what was left over. So now you're going to simplify. I have 20 still. What's the square root of 4? 2. What do I do with the square root of 15? Keep it. And then how do I write my final answer?
you gotta simplify that.
What's my final answer?
40 square root of 15.
Yep. Multiply your whole numbers together. So we get 40 square root of 15. And then how do you know you're done when you get to this point? Yep, you can't simplify that square root of 15 anymore. 103, what's wrong with this one? Yep, it's division. There's a radical on the bottom. Can we have a radical on the bottom?
No, what?
No. How do I get rid of it? Multiply by what?
The radical.
Itself. Do I have to multiply by the 4?
No.
No, you don't have to. If you do, you should still get the same answer, but don't put yourself through that. Okay? You only have to multiply by that radical because that's the only thing we care about getting rid of. Okay, so square root of 3, square root of 3. So we're multiplying the radical in the bottom. Now multiply straight across. What do I have on the top? 3.
Square root 12.
3 square root of 12. What do I have on the bottom?
4 square root 9.
4 square root of 9. So you want to keep simplifying. What is a perfect square that goes into 12? 4 left over. 3. What about the bottom? What's the square root of 9? 3. Yep. Right? Keep going on the top. And if you want, you could do the whole top and then the whole bottom. Okay, I'm just going to do both at the same time. On the top, I have 3 still. What's the square root of 4? 2. And I still have square root of 3. Bottom turns into 12. Keep going. 3 times 2. 6 square root of 3 over 12. Can I keep going?
You can?
Yeah, what can I keep doing?
Simplify. Oh, what?
Yep, the 6 and the 12. What goes into both 6 and 12? 6. 6 goes into 6 once. 6 goes into 12 twice. So our final answer is square root of 3 over 2.
2.
Questions on 103. To 103. Why did we only multiply by the square root of 3 at the beginning?
There's only one term.
There's only one term. Okay.
This one.
Okay. What do you notice on this one?
It's 2 numbers.
Radicals in the bottom.
There's only one
Okay.
radical.
What do we normally do if there's a radical in the bottom? Multiply it by itself. Can I do that on this one?
No.
Why not?
Because there's only one radical. There's only one. There's only one square root.
Right. What's wrong with this bottom part?
I think.
Is it one term? No, it's 2 terms. So what do I have to multiply by instead? Remember the word? Yep. Go for it. Keep going.
I don't know.
Conjugate. Yep. So if there is 2 terms in the bottom separated by either a subtraction or addition, you have to multiply by the conjugate. Okay? So what do I mean by conjugate? What's opposite? The addition sign. Yep. The addition turns into subtraction. So real quick, I'm going to take you back on 105. Since we have 2 terms separated by addition or subtraction, we have to multiply by the opposite. Okay? So, why do you think I put parentheses around there? Because we're going to have to either FOIL or distribute. Okay? So on the top, what's going to happen is I'm taking 2 times 4, which is 8. And then I'm taking 2 times negative 3 square root of 2, which is negative 6 square root of 2. Okay, that's the top. What do we have to do on the bottom? FOIL. Remember, when you're foiling conjugates together, what's going to happen? The middle terms are going to cancel out. Okay, so I have 4 times 4, which is 16. 4 times negative 3 square root of 2. Yes, minus 12 square root of 2. And then I move on to the second term. 3 square root of 2 times 4. Plus 12 square root of 2. And then I have 3 square root of 2 times negative 3 square root of 2. Negative 9 square root of 4. Okay, is everyone okay up to this point? All we've done so far is distribute and FOIL to get our terms together. Focus on the bottom. What was supposed to happen on the bottom? Yep, these middle terms should always cancel each other out. Okay, so let's simplify. Can I do anything with the top right now? No. So the top is going to stay the same. 8 minus 6 square root of 2. The bottom, I still have 16. What do I do with that 9 square root of 4? Simplify. What is the square root of 4? 2. Keep going. We said the top you can't do anything with. 9 times 2? 18. You have one more step, right? That bottom part. 8 minus 6 square root of 2 over negative 2. Okay, if you got this far, awesome. Okay, there is one more thing you can do. What is it? What'd you say? Yep. When you have two terms divided by one term, remember you have to divide it to both. Okay, so how many times does negative 2 go into 8? Negative 4. How many times does negative 2 go into negative 6? Positive 3. So our final answer is negative 4 plus 3 square root of 2. Like I said, if you got to this point, that's awesome. Okay, I'm not going to dock you if you don't go that further step. Okay? What do you have to realize when you get to this problem? It's addition now. Okay? How do we add or subtract radicals? They have to be the same radical. Okay? Think of it as like terms, combining like terms. So on 107, square root of 6 and square root of 6, do you agree those are the same? Yes. What number is in front of both of those? A 1. So what do? Yep. Treat it as if this was x plus x. Okay, if it was x plus x, what would our answer be? 2x. So do the same thing for this one. 1 square root of 6 plus 1 square root of 6 is 2 square root of 6. Let's look at 109. Now we have a little bit more terms. Okay, you always want to see if you can simplify first to create like terms. Can I simplify the square root of 2? Square root of 6? Can I simplify any of those? No. So, do we have like terms? Yes. Where?
The negative, the 6 and 6.
Yep. The 2 terms with square root of 6. So what do I do with this guy right here? Keep it. Yep. Negative square root of 2. And then what do I get for my new square root of 6 term? Yep, negative square root of 6. Because you took negative 3 plus 2, and then you kept that negative 6.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Okay.
Can I put the 1?
Question, you can. Yep.
Okay, good.
Question for you. Why can I not do equals negative? I don't even know. Why can I not combine those two? Like, why can I not do anything with this? Because they're not the same, right? It's not like multiplying where I can put them together into one, okay? With addition and subtraction, they have to be the exact same to put together, okay? So that cannot turn into like negative square root of 8, okay? That you can't do that. Look at 111, this one. Right now, do we have any like terms? No. Is it going to give you a problem where you have no like terms? Yes, but do we just say it's done? No. You have to go through, see if you can simplify and make like terms. Okay, so can I do anything with the square root of 5? No. Square root of 6?
No.
Square root of 24?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to keep those first 2 terms since we said no. And now with the square root of 24, I'm going to create a good and a bad. Is the square root of 24 a perfect square? No. So what goes into it? 4 and 6. So we keep simplifying. I keep my first 2 terms. What is the square root of 4? 2. What do I do with that square root of 6?
Keep it.
Keep it. Yep. Keep simplifying. Negative 3 times 2.
Negative 6.
Good job. Negative 6 square root of 6. Okay, now that I've simplified this, am I done? I heard no. Why not? Right, now we just created like terms. Okay, here and here. That was the whole point of simplifying. Okay, what do I do with those like terms? Combine them. Yep. This guy stays. 3 square root of 5. What is my new square root of 6 term? -8 square root of 6. Always check. Can I do anything more? No. This is your answer. 113. Understand what operation's happening. What do we have now? Multiplication. So do we think like terms anymore?
No.
No. Okay. When multiplying, what goes together, what doesn't? Whole numbers go together and the radicals go together. Does the square root of 15 have a whole number? You can think 1. Yep, so 1 times 4 is 4. 15 times 6 is 90. So we have 4 square root of 90. When you have two radicals separated, you want to create 1 with multiplication. Okay? Am I just done after I multiply? No, why not? Yep, see if you can simplify. So is the square root of 90 a perfect square? No. So make your good and your bad, but don't forget about that square root of 4 out, or that 4 out in front. Okay, what's a perfect square that goes into 90? It is 9. What's left over? 10. Keep simplifying. What's the square root of 9? 3. What do I do with the square root of 10? Keep it. Final answer. 12 square root of 10. Okay. 115. Last one we'll do together. What is happening on this problem? How is it set up? It's set up with two binomials, right? So we have to end up foiling. So draw these arrows. It helps. Keep yourself organized. When you have big problems like this, keep yourself organized. So we have square root of 2 times square root of 2. Square root of 4. Now we have square root of 2 times 4.
4 square root of 2.
Yep. Why can it not be the square root of 8?
Because it's not a square root.
Yep, they're not both radicals. Okay. Move on to your second term. -3 times square root of 2. Why can it not be -6?
Oh, never mind. It's not a radical.
There you go. So it should be -3 square root of 2. Good. And then I have -3 times 4. -12. Everyone okay up to this point? Okay. What do I do once I get here, though? Now what operation are we dealing with? Like terms, right? We have addition and subtraction. So we want to look for like terms. Do I have any? Yes, where? Yep, the square roots of 2. Okay. Looking at this first term right here, what's the square root of 4? 2. What do I get when I combine my like terms? 1 square root of 2. And then I still have this guy out here, -12. Am I done? No, I still have like terms, right? 2 minus 12. -10. And I still have this guy here. Plus square root of 2. Okay, so after you go through the foiling and distributing process, okay, you got to check for like terms and have it in simplest form. Okay? Questions about any of the review? Or if you see one of the evens that looks a little wonky, I can sure do one. You see one? Okay, let's look at 1. We have square root of 15 times 5 minus 5 square root of 6. Okay? Whenever you're working with radicals, again, make sure you understand what operation's happening. Okay, what is happening? Yeah, we have that square root of 15 on the outside. We have to distribute it in. Okay? So I'm going to take square root of 15 times 5. Good, 5 square root of 15. Then I'm going to take square root of 15 times Negative 5 square root of 6.
90. Negative 5
Yep.
square root of 90.
Negative 5 square root of 90. Okay, always check if it's in simplest form. Okay, can I do anything with the square root of 15?
No.
No, so I'm going to keep 5 square root of 15. What about the square root of 90?
Yes.
Yep, so keep that negative 5 out in front, and then create your good and your bad.
15.
What goes into 90?
9.
9 and 10. So we have 5 square root of 15 minus 5. What's the square root of 9?
3.
3. What do I do with the leftovers? Keep it. And then keep simplifying. We have 5 square root of 15 minus, what do I get for that second term?
15 and square root of 10.
15 square root of 10. Can I do anything more?
Oh man.
Nope. Done. Nice job. Any questions over chapter 10?
No.
All right. Look at 1. Okay. Again, understand what operation's happening. How are we going to solve this? FOIL, distribute, yep. So we have 3 square root of 5 times 4 square root of 5. It gets a little messy with the whole numbers and radicals mixed up. So do the whole numbers first. Negative 3 times 4. Negative 12. Square root of 5 times square root of 5. Square root of 25. Now I have negative 3 square root of 5 times the square root of 2. Negative 3 square root of 10. Move on to your second term. Square root of 2 times 4 square root of 5.
4 square root of 10.
Yep. And then I have square root of 2 times square root of 2.
Square root of 1.
Yep. So now when you get to this point, look for like terms. What do you got? Yep, the square root of 10. Good. So let's go one term at a time. Can I simplify this right here?
Yes.
Yep, what's the square root of 25? 5. What do I get when I combine like terms? 1. Yep, 1 square root of 10. And then what about this? Square root of 4 is 2. Keep simplifying. What's negative 12 times 5? Negative 60. And then I still have plus the square root of 10 plus 2. Do I still have like terms? Yep, here. What do I get when I combine those? Negative 58 plus square root of 10.